What's happening, guys? Welcome back, episode 21 of the walkthrough. We're gonna actually jump on over here to Storyford Riverbank, start going through this area, and we're gonna pretty much just be really thorough. Take our time, since we did get ahead last episode. We had this whole episode just to do this one little area, like it's just this. Well, I mean, it's pretty big. There's a lot going on, but there's no sense of feeling like we don't have the time because we're actually a little bit ahead of schedule. The episodes seem to be dead on. We might be like an hour ahead, which isn't bad. Um, but everything is going along really well. Lining up my notes, everything's just going really good, so I'm happy with it. But we do have plenty of time because of that, so we can kind of just make sure we get it all and take our time to do a good job here. So, from that side of grace, we're going to go on up where we were last episode, where we got our cookbook to cure rot. Just start going around. Like I said, we're gonna do a big ass circle. We talked about this last episode. Going around lighting 8 pillars. If you do it that way, you don't have to count pillars because I tried to do that the first time. It's hard to keep track. You end up losing count because of all the fights you get into. But if you make a circle, I never even have to worry about it. By the time I get, like I said, we're gonna kind of go back and forward. By the time I get, here's a boss fight. By the time I get to like right here, I know I got them all. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to keep track, keep counting, none of that. It always it works out perfectly. So the way we're gonna navigate this is gonna be, make it pretty easy. But yeah, let's just pick up all of our stuff here. And Master War's hitting like a fucking truck now. Upgrades are really good. I could also throw this thing up to +9 right now if I wanted. Eventually I'll be taking to +9 anyways. Maybe not. Usually this is a weapon I'll go to for certain boss fights for certain strategies. But with our weapon being so similar, our main weapon we're going for being so similar, we might just, chill out. Wait on that. Alright, so that will be 1 of 8. Got that. It's going down, and you can already see it out there in the lake on our right. We're gonna have our second one. So that's how I said we're gonna do it. We're kind of just gonna go on up, and then box in the air as we go. Then go on up, box in the air as we go. You know what I mean? That way we know we're not missing anything. Now you're gonna see these electric orbs. These things cause nasty amounts of damage. As you see, they're gonna fucking obliterate you. You should be able to trigger them, and usually find something to hide behind, so it's not too bad. Now we aren't worried about taking any teleporter here. They're not gonna bring us anywhere we haven't been. It's the same thing. Try to go and get behind this tree. So what happens is after they fire off so much, they kind of fade away and die. It's like energy being spin up. There's nothing left. And go there and light this one. Staying on Torrent isn't bad here. Just kind of, make sure you take your time and look everywhere though. Now this right coast, we're not worried about this. We're, coming back down the other side. Just make sure, you're not missing anything. This stuff does add up. The crafting, the consumables, the upgrades, it all does add up. It's going to help you out, throughout this very long journey. As we have barely even started. 21 hours in and we barely even started our journey. Alright, so we're going out to this island. Usually like 2 guys will end up spawning in. There they are. There's one there. Won't have to even worry about heals that much either, because since you are killing enemy groups, and this is typically outside, not a dungeon, you'll just keep getting your heals refilled. It's really nice. Another tough guy right here. Got his axe, nothing special. Same thing with his armor. If you think it's cool, wear it. If you're into, weird shit. Now you want to do it. How he didn't get hit one time is beyond me. Alright. Now we're going to kind of go for this building over here. So we're going to drop into that from above, and we're going to take all these guys out as we go. But because of that, there's a bunch of these poison flowers, so I don't want them. They have that one special ability where they shoot like all those projectiles at you and melt you. Well, there's a merchant over there, and we don't want this merchant getting killed, guys. So we're gonna take them out first. Now, when merchants get killed, they lose. You know, they drop their bell bearing, but still, I'd rather not kill the merchants, especially when you find out the lore about them. When we get to the capital, you're probably gonna feel like shit. Just to be honest about it, it's pretty sad actually. So try not to kill them. You will feel guilty. I mean, if you're human, you'll feel guilty, you know. You guys don't have to do this. Like, you can't just stay untorn. But I know if I kill everything in an area, I know I didn't miss anything. There you go. See, they don't have the most poise. Just hit the most light attacks. As long as you get them in the face, it's gonna, you know, break their staggers. Alright. Now we should be good to go. We are going to buff up here with some fire. You know, they're flowers, they're plants, so. Gonna get these fuckers, then I'll poison us. So that's the spell he does. Now, if we're talking that merchant right up there, and he's doing that, he is going to kill that merchant. He's done it before. So, when I took notes on the walkthrough, I figured we just, you know, I figured I'd have us do this and just be safe about it. You can't do like a little headbutt. Yeah, there it is. Alright, now we don't have to worry about him killing our buddy. Okay, so we are going to want torrent for this. As we leave, we're obviously going to go to the left. That's kind of where we left off at. And what we want to do is jump up on these. Well, you know, get your, you know, your basic drops in the area. No, it's not that one, it's the next one. Oh, you fucker. So get your drops. There's a golden pickle foul foot, and we want to get on the top edge here, run and jump over to this. Reason being, the only other way to get in there is you would typically, you know, go up there, and then you know, want to drop down and get up here, and you can't get up here with torrent unless you use that. So that way we don't have to do this circle twice. Because like I said, the only other way is drop down from above. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, but the only other way to get up there is to drop down from above, you know. And like I said, then you got to do the whole circle around again. And that was just a note. That's probably why I was like, I didn't write that down. I thought I actually missed something though. Should have trusted myself and trusted my notes. That's on me. Yeah, but otherwise you're gonna have to circle around, drop down, then go circle around again, and go all the way. With that, we can just do one trip. There should be another one trying to come down. What are you doing, buddy? Thank you. Makes life a little bit easier on us. Alright, so over here, so you grab that. And we're going to go to the left, drop down off this little edge here. And we can go on up here and grab some stuff, but typically you do this, and then you drop down, where's that? Is that this side? Because I usually don't do it this way. Yeah, you drop right there, and then you'd be able to get that item. Oh, I just got lucky. That would have literally defeated the whole purpose. Now, this merchant here sells us one thing we might want. One thing we might want. And that is going to be the recipe book to craft oil pots. So oil pots are needed for the next part of Alexander's quest. Now you can skip this whole part of his quest and it does not matter. And I actually if there's a certain order you need to see Alexander in all of his places. The next place would be Caled, and it's either before that or after that when you talk to him. I never remember. But he gets stuck again. This time you can't pop him out of the hole, so you got to oil him up. So we're gonna try to do this. I've done it before, but finding the order is kind of hard. So. And, wait, what was that other book? Just in case someone else might want it, I figure we might as well look at it. And this one is for Dappled Cured Meat. So we're not too worried about that. Now you gotta go in a circle this way. But at least we don't have to worry about the flower, taking Dude Bro out, so. Now we're going to go all the way down. If you trigger these things, just get behind the building. You can cut through here. We're going to stay on this back left side. Anyways, the guy should be spawning in. There he is. It's like a different variant. Still, same health. Damage. He does hit a bit harder with that, like, halberd thing he has. And like this. You got a torrent. And we're kind of just going on over here. There's going to be a big old crab. Jump over him. And right here will be our next side of grace. Now we are going to take this on up all the way to about right here before we jump to the very back, because there's like an Ash of War, just kind of, if we do everything here on the left side, when we come down we can stick to the right side and not worry about it. But I do believe it makes it a little bit easier. We can take out the crab if we want. We got the time. Hell, we're already about halfway done with this place. Nothing else to do this episode, really, so. Alrighty. I swear that thing hits harder every time I use it. It's weird. Last time I did like 700, I was like, hell yeah, 700. Now it just almost 1,000. Alright, so this is a pretty basic Ash of War. I think it's like Square Off or something like that. It's like one of those starting Ash of Wars, usually on one of them starting weapons. Nothing too special. It's a stance Ash of War, so meaning holding L2 and R1 and R2 do different things. Now we are at the point we're going to jump. Let's jump on over here to below the well. We're going to take this elevator up and give this challenge a try. So as I mentioned last episode, this is very difficult. It does get you one of the best talismans in the game, but it is very difficult. We need to beat 3 player NPCs that are usually around level 150 to level 200 with in-game weapons at plus 10. They do an absurd amount of damage. They have Rivers of Blood, a Moonveil Katana, a Blasphemous Blade. Sometimes they have weapons and armor from late DLC even, so it's going to be quite difficult. Most likely we're not going to be able to pull it off right now, but going up, getting the side of Grace, we'll also be able to kill a Room Bearer who's kind of watching over a Stone Sword Key and get that back. But if we can get this challenge done, we can put on that talisman. It's going to boost our weight limit by the utmost, meaning there's not a better talisman to increase weight limit. And it's a talisman I'll typically never take off. Like, I'll just keep rocking it, all the better talismans come in a bit anyway. Alrighty. So as you're going up, we run straight out, get our side of Grace. Now, the challenge is the Great Jars Challenge. That's going to be ahead. But if we go on over here to the left, we do have a Room Bearer. Now, this is a vicious Room Bearer. I know I talk shit because everyone's like, Room Bearers are so hard. And I'm like, they're really not that bad. But this one has different roar abilities, and he can, like, jump, and he's definitely a harder one. I've never been killed by him. I've fought him 1,000 times. He's hurt me bad. I've always just kind of been able to heal through it. Our first stagger on him. Because those rams he does, I can never figure out, I can never figure out the timing to dodge those. Where's the blood loss proc? Well, regardless, he got it. As I said, he didn't even do any of this stuff. We didn't even give him enough time to do all his big moves. But, he could be a little bit of a pain. And once again, I don't feel like it's really the worst, enemy type. But, it is what it is. So this is overlooking where we got our Somber 5 at the very beginning of the game in Caelid. Right in between that little, rut. There's that magic ball. And we'll be there in a few episodes. So next episode, we're actually going to be starting Caelid for real. This episode, we'll probably do a little bit of it. So, in Caelid, the way it breaks down is, like I said, top half, like everything above this line. And I think they did this intentionally, letting hey, this is a higher level zone. So all this stuff, we'll probably do, like, last minute after the capital. This and the Moonlight Altar. So what we'll do is, we'll do, like, the bottom half, our underground stuff, Mount Gelmir, Altar's Plateau, to the capital, the underground. Then I feel like we'll be in a really good spot to come up to the top half of Caelid and everything and the altar over here to make sure every single thing from the capital below, every single thing is 100% done. Quests, the regions, everything, nothing missed, right? Then we'll get into Mountaintops of the Giants, and that's technically the back half of the game, the end game. But the end game's huge. You got Mountaintops of the Giants, you have the Forbidden Lands, you have the Consecrated Snowfields, you have the Halic Tree, and you have Farum Azula, and then you have the Ashen Capital. So, like I said, it's kind of like the back half of the game. It goes by a lot faster than this stuff, but, it's a lot of territory. So that's why I'd say Altus after Mount Gelmir is probably halfway. But, it's the start of the end game. It's just really, really big. So before we go up north, as we're going to be climbing a mountain, it kind of separates us. this stuff's all kind of under the mountain, so we'll make sure it's all done, right? But I'd say after the capital, that's when we want to do Upper Caelid. But what I was going to say is how you section this out, like this little area in the top's like its own little thing. Like there's a church, and you go kind of downhill to the side, and you have a boss fight in a catacomb. Let's see if we can fit this in the next episode. We're going to kind of just go on the road, just hit things off to the right, off to the left, off to the right, off to the left. Kind of all the way down, circle around the swamp, get our stuff in here, and then just kind of shoot out for the boss fight. But since we are, ahead of schedule a bit, I'm going to see if we can get the stuff in here. There's, good tiers for our, Flask of Wondrous Physic. There is some, what else is out there? So we got tiers for our flask. We're going to have, that was from the boss fight, a talisman to boost holy damage, and, there's a few things going on, so. Even though we're right by the side of grace, I want to refresh my heals anyways. So as we go down, there's going to be a really badass great shield cover and spikes. Comes with shield bash, so you can get blood loss off on enemies. It's like 70 blood loss build up. It's really cool. But there's also 2 golems that fire arrows. And what sucks is you gotta kinda take them out every single time you try this challenge. So if you die, if you beat 2 of these NPCs and a 3rd one kills you, you gotta do it all over again. And these guys will get involved in your fight. Not this one so much, but the other one for sure. And these guys have a lot of poise. Look at that, those 2 charged. Even though it usually only takes 2 charges, like I said, they have a lot of poise here. I love getting screwed up with criticals. I love it. We got them anyways. Then we going up here and get our spike shield. Spike palisade shield. Now this is the one that wants to get involved in your fight. And while it may help you, it may also fuck you. All the enemies we're going to fight are going to do a lot of damage. They're going to have twice the level we have. So if we're at level 80, they're going to be around 150. Fully upgraded in-game weapons, spells. It's not easy. Like, by any means, this is not easy at all. So we might have to go back for it, but we'll at least give it a try. That's 3 charged. 4 charged attacks. These guys are, they're pretty high level, guys. Not again. Not again. Damn it. Yeah, I absolutely love getting screwed up my critical attacks. It makes me really happy. I was in the air that time. He's a fucking spammer, that's for sure. Thank you. Alright, so as we move forward, you're going to see this big ass jar. What you need to do is you just need to go up and talk to him. You're going to see like ... and he doesn't really say anything. But right after you get that piece of dotted dialogue, you're going to see 3 summon sides. And you can pretty much, by the picture, so if you go up and hit a summon, you'll see a picture of the enemy. And usually, at that you can kind of see, you know, what level they're going to be at. Like, that sword is an upper Caitlyn, so I know that's high level. Knight of the Great Jar. This one's hard to tell. He's got Crucible Knight armor. He's been at least either Deep Root Depths or the Altus Plateau. There's 2 armor sets that look like that. That's, you know, one's an Altus right before the capital. One's a Deep Root Depth. So he's been farther than us in the game. And he has got Radahn's helm. So he's beat Radahn. He's got the Mage Shield we just got. He might not be so bad, but I see a weapon with Blood Loss there. I see a weapon with Black Flame that continuously saps health and hits like a fucking truck. And I see another weapon with Blood Loss. So, probably not going to be easy. That looks like a Faith Imp build too, so not going to be fun. Alright, let's get started and hope for the best here. Do have on Opaline Bubble Tier. Swarm of Flies probably wouldn't hurt either. Oh no, man. Try to stay on him, but you gotta watch that stay. Yeah, look at the damage from 1 light attack. Fuck it up a third. Try to stay on him. You got your Blood Flame Blade. Yeah, that stops us from healing too. For a minute, it'll eventually wear off. Let's try to just keep our distance here. Come on. Now they're buffing up as well. It should have wore off by now. I don't want to fuck with them too much or I have no health. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we got a very strong build here. And we got 1 shot. It's like I said, an extremely hard challenge. We're not doing that much damage yet, you know. So as I mentioned, we do have a little bit of time on the episode. I mean, we're only 23 minutes in. Probably 10-15 minutes left at most of the underground. So let's give it 1 more shot. And that's it. The hardest part is, you know, I mean, well, you gotta fight that big golem. They're wearing your health down. So you're using heals, right? And you can't just ignore him. You gotta take him down. It's gonna get involved, and it could help you, you know. But and he'll usually always hit you. You can try like a son of a bitch to avoid this arrow, but usually not. One of them, usually when you get close by, one of them will usually hit you. Let's see if we could hide from it and then get to him before he could actually, you know, reload. Oh, you bitch! Guy behind us got him. So I don't think we could, you know, avoid killing him. We could try, but no, he's already turned around. Maybe the other one will hit him and break his stagger. Yeah, he must already hit him once. That's 1 down, and hopefully... hopefully, you know, we'll be out of reach, so. Let's do it again. Yeah, it's a really hard quest, but it's extremely rewarding. Because that's the thing, man. Once you get, like, there's actually an invasion we could do in the capital. I might run up there early to get it, because it gives me the armor I want to use for this walkthrough. It's a really nice set of armor, right? And if I decide, you know, like I keep the leggings I have and mix match pieces, but I'm like, okay, this is armor, you know, we'll go up there and get it. It's like, if this is armor I'm gonna wear for the rest of the game, I'll know my weight limit. I'll know, you know, what my weapon weighs, and what my shield weighs, and then I'll know I can put this talisman on. If I still, you know, I'm fat rolling, then I put a couple more points in stamina, but I'm not leveling more into stamina than I need to, and I can put those points elsewhere. And that's why getting this talisman's nice. That's why getting your armor set you're gonna wear for the rest of the game is nice, right? So, you know, something to keep in mind. It does help out because it would suck to put. Damn, he's been to the capital too, and has a katana with blood loss. Fuck it, we gotta do it. Yeah, you know, you're not. It would suck to really, you know, put 5 more points in stamina that you're not going to need. You could get 5 more points in scaling, 5 more points in mind, more mana. What one hit? You see what I'm saying, y'all? You see what I'm saying? He just hit 70% of our health with one attack. That's kind of what I mean. We're just going to have to come back. I want those souls, though. Really want those souls. That was 11,000. That's a good jump. I mean, by the time we do that and finish the underground area, that's a level. So, not letting that slide. I guess we could also come in here and put on Sacrificial Twig and give this one more try. I know it's not going to really change, but you never know. That was a ridiculous amount of damage. I'm sorry. That was utterly fucking ridiculous. That's kind of my point. We're sitting here and we're high level for where we are in the game. We're at level 82 and we've only done 2 regions. I'll put it in perspective. When you play Dark Souls 3 and you get to the end of the game, you'll be lucky to be at level 80. We are at level 80 and we are not even, we're probably about 15% in the game. You know what I mean? Maybe 20%, but probably not. And we already have that kind of leveling. And so this guy just did that to our health. Because even if you get a point in strength or health or whatever, it still brings your base level up. Every level you get gives you more resistances. And, you know what I mean? So that your base level being higher does make you take less damage all the time. So that kind of tells you what they're doing, right? You know, it's just fucking insane. That was absurd. 70% of our health with one hit. That was a little absurd. What do you mean? I just checked and said we wasn't fat rolling. Alright, let's do it again. This is one Bloodhound's thing, isn't it? Sometimes they have computer-generated invaders as well. Maybe this guy will hit him. First one, no, that's a different guy. It's all Blood Boss guys, too. Every single one of them has been like Blood Boss, Blood Boss, Blood Boss. Oh, Blood Boss and Poison. That's awesome. Yeah, they stack it on. Okay, get me out of here. Alright, well, there's one. Better than we was doing before, that's for sure. Stay and cleanse up. Buff up. And hit our next target. As I mentioned, guys, if you can't do this now, when I do it, put a marker. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I'm just saying if I happen to pull it off, I highly doubt I am. But if I happen to, you don't have to do it when I do it. Just make sure you put a marker. I mean, I don't think you forget to go get one of the best talismans in the game, but just in case. Yeah, so the one with Bloodhound's Fang always hits like absolute fucking animal. Always hits really fucking hard. Heal, heal. Ah, come on, Opaline Bubbles here. Ah, look at that. That one hit bullshit. Our health was at like 90%. He hit us one time. And that's it, you know. That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's just utter fucking bullshit. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know. There should be like a level cap when you're doing this, and instead of putting, you know, people, we're at level 80, they got people probably level 200. That kind of damage, they're probably 150, 200, like no shit. So yeah, it's a little ridiculous. So we'll go back to it. Not a big deal. By the time we do come back to it, we're probably just gonna make them look like a fucking joke at that point. No matter how high level they are, because I'm gonna have fucking raptor talons, which is one of my favorite spells in the game. You kind of like take your hand and scratch the air, and it does an explosion of blood flame, and it just melts enemies' health, and you can do it back to back to back real fast. It's a fucking boss melter, so it's gonna melt down the NPCs, and then we'll have other spells too that are really good. Yeah, look at it, they're so erratic. Alright, so what we want to do as we head on down, we're going to stay to the right side first. A little unfortunate we couldn't get past that, but I never honestly thought we were going to. It's really hard. It's really hard. Usually I could do it within 5 tries, and I probably could, you know, eventually just get lucky enough. Wait, did we take down both of them? Oh, I missed one. Alright, so usually it's one on the right and the one on the left as you come down. Guess I forgot to go over there. I was still so frustrated about that damn quest. Oh, man. So these guys are the biggest problems. I think there's only 2 of them. Anyway, we'll come back for the stuff on the left. What we want to do is stick to the right side, though. There's going to be another pillar over here, kind of at the edge. And whatever, you know, a little loose loot you see. So we cleared those guys. So, alright, good. There should be like a couple, yeah, ancestral. That's what they're called, the ancestrals. Ancestral something, but I can't remember. But there should be like 2 of the ancestrals and some rats. Yeah, I got one big boy. They're just pretty much cannon fodder, though. You know. I say that, then they get fucking stun locked. I love it. Love it. Alright. Alright, that's him. We'll go like this. Like I said, by the time you do all this, you're definitely going to lose count of how many you've lit. But it doesn't matter, because if you navigate it like I'm showing you, you won't even have to worry about it. So now we're going to backtrack. We know we hit all that stuff. So before we even light this pillar, I'm going to take it back a little bit farther, just in case you missed any items. That's the best way to do it. Stick to one side and then, you know, go back up and get to your other side. I think there's like some crafting shit up here. Yeah. Not the major, but don't hurt to, you know, get it all. Consumables. Alright. Now we're almost to our next pillar. We didn't miss much, just want to make sure we get all the items. Alright, so now sticking to our left side. Should be more rats. Yep, there they are. So we do get iframes where we light these. Get him. Damn, he just like stood there and let us kill him. That was cool. Thanks, bro. Alright, now we're gonna go on down. I think we have like 2 pillars left. Like I said, I've lost count, but I just kind of know where they are, and I'm thinking of what we have left to navigate on this left side. There's some little stuff, little side paths too. We can get a bow, and I think just like some arrows. Now this next part is a little bit weird though, because as we go back, and we're working this, you know, this left path. It opens up down there where there's like a lot of trees, and it's kind of like where it was when we did Mogwin's Palace, right? And there's just like you circle around and you get items, but it's nothing really that good. Like some arrows and maybe a golden rune here or there, or smithing too. But you just always feel like you're about, you know, you're missing something, just because of the way it's laid out. so there will be this, and it's going to be these electric balls. If you play it right, usually I stay on tour and sorry fucked up, but usually you can get over here, get your iframes, like we just did. They're going to phase on out, we're going to be just fine. So we already did that collapsed pillar on that side when we got transported to the top area for that boss, so we don't have to worry about that, at least. But we do got to get everything else. Smithing 3. And over here, this should actually be our last pillar. So a couple ancestral douchebags. Fingers crossed. We should get a note after we light this on the screen saying, yeah, powers gathered somewhere and horn remains. So like I said, I lost track of count, of the count. I don't need it because I knew if we take that path, there's nothing to miss. That's why I said this, follow my notes on how I navigate it, because I do it in a way to where it just makes it easy. We don't have to count them. We don't have to wonder where they are. It just works out really well. Dwelling arrows, scrap shit. I think we got some mushrooms. God, the range of this spell is fucking crazy good. You can really make him get all the way up there. There it is. Alright. It's me being lazy. Don't mind me. We can just get on torrent for the rest of this. I mean, most of it doesn't even matter, it's just fucking regular pickups, a lot of crafting shit, maybe a few consumables, you got some arrows. I'm just, I'm trying to be thorough for everybody, because I know people don't like to miss stuff. Even if it's like nothing, people don't like to miss stuff. So, just do what we did at Mogwin's Palace, just kind of go circle around your trees, make sure you didn't miss anything. But we are going back towards this tower. This is what we want. So, as you go up, going through all your areas, make sure you don't miss anything. We're just sticking to the left and looking for the spirit spring, so we're going to jump down, jump up. You're going to see this item there. All that is some arrows. But I think in the very back, behind all these pillars up top, is actually a stone sword key or something decent like that. You're right behind here. Yep. Here's stone sword key. Now, this isn't probably the right way to do this on the way back, but what I usually do is I'll kind of jump down right here, and I'm hugging as tight as I can to the left side of the wall, right? It looks real shady, but it's never failed me. You just hug that left side of the wall, and it gets you right around every time. I've never failed, not even once. Never. Right here, get your dwelling arrows. Use this. I just want to check. Don't hit the ground. Because as long as you take that spirit spring, jump, no matter how high you go, no matter how far that drop is, you won't take any damage. So, but if you hit that ledge and jump down from there, you're dead. So now we're going to go down behind the stairs and grab the bow. That's the bow they use. I forget what it's called. It's not the bone bow, because that's from the DLC. It's the, what is it? Horn bow. Horn bow. Duh. Bone bow is awesome. Can't wait till y'all see that. It's just a long time away. Alrighty. About 45 hours away, somewhere around there. Now we're ready to take out the boss, almost. So we're going to go up these stairs to take out our boss. However, I'm going to get our pickups. We want to go back here for a shield and just, just more regular pickups. So you just get a lot of stuff in, in this little underground region. It is. It's a lot of crafting stuff. It's a smithing stone here and there, in which that does add up, and a lot of consumables. Buffs and cleansing stuff, immunity stuff. So it is. It is worth taking your time to do all this. The way I look at it is, you're just gonna go through the game once, right? Unless you enjoy it, but you're gonna go through this walkthrough one time. You might as well just take your time, take it in, and just enjoy every second of it. Even if it's like, damn, I don't feel like going around picking up the loot. Just enjoy your time. It's a fun game. But getting all this stuff will, you know, do you good in the long run, especially when you get to the DLC. Like, I didn't even craft much, but we're going to interact with this. So I didn't even craft much. When I got to the DLC, I caught myself crafting all the time, and I'm just not even that kind of person. So you just never know. That's, kind of my thing. So this is what do you want to call this? Not a steed, but a fucking deer. Stag. It's a stag. He's not too bad though. He does jump around. So if he jumps in the air, he's gonna jump 3 times and land. Just time that for a dodge. He could blow out magic. If he does that, run way around it. You'll drain your health pretty quick. Other than that, it's just front stomps, back stomps, and your typical trying to hit you with horns. So there's the magic I warned you of. It actually does a lot of damage. 1, 2, 3. And damage is pretty good, like I said. And typical, try to hit you with horn type shit. A lot of delayed stuff going on with him. Damn, can I heal? That was dope. Yeah, ancestor spirit. Not too bad. So I know the next one's a trophy boss. Okay, so that's actually a trophy boss. Awesome. But the next one is a remembrance boss. But you actually do get a trophy for this one, and you get another summons, which is definitely dope. And with that, our first 2 underground regions are done. Look at that. That's done. That's done. Obviously, like I said, you do come back from other areas and, enter and hit other sections that are previously blocked off, but we cannot do any of that until Radon is taken off the map. So let's jump on over to Caleb Ruins. We all have this. Checking the time, 42 minutes. It'll be close, we might be able to do it. So the first thing we're going to do, from here, we're going to turn around and we're going to ride this trail all the way down. If you look really closely, there's a church right here. So if you want to put a marker, you can. Really it's just right off the main road. Oh, Caleb Ruins, that's not where I wanted to go. Oh, we never got it. I never got the... Okay. Well, get on your main road here. We're just run past all this shit. We're not fucking with it. That's where we got our Colossal Greatsword. This is where we got our Scarab for our fire incantation. And we're just running through all this stuff. We're, ignoring all of it. And we'll be able to go over here to get another side of grace called Rot View Balcony. That's what I thought we were going to. I just wasn't thinking. I should have known Caleb Ruins, but I wasn't thinking. Alright, and there are a few items here to grab. And we'll go ahead and get them while we're here. We're rocking, what is this, 30,000 souls. Where are we at for a level? I know it's up there. Damn, 40,000. Just in case. That'll do it. Now we're at 25. Time to get back into dexterity. You're gonna grab your nascent butterfly. Now we're gonna go over here to the hut on the left. There should be one of these putrid corpses. So these guys, there's multiple versions of them. A lot of them do fire. A lot just kind of grab you and eat at you, and they, afflict you with rot. Some, kind of make themselves explode. So, there's a few different kinds of them. So just keep your eye on that. It's good to know what you're up against so you know how to combat it, right? Well, I'll be telling you too, but... Alright, so we got everything out of here worth getting. You see, pretty recent blood boss. Next, you're going to hop on Torrent. It's going to kind of jump over the smoldering wall. So this is right where it meets up from Limgrave and Caled, first connect. So if you're traveling through Limgrave, you didn't know any better, you're just riding up the top portion, you would run into Caled early and be like, what the fuck just happened? Because it really just steps up. Now we are going to be invaded by Anastasia. This is first of 3 times, I believe. Maybe 4. I know one's here, one's in Mount Gelmir, one's in Consecrated Snowfield. I don't know if there's another one besides that. Each time she gives us something. So you get your cookbook, get your other cookbook, and we're going to get a talisman from her that actually gives you more holding damage, but, enhances the damage taken, however you want to word that. She hits decently hard. We could have took her out way earlier, but wasn't sure if newer players would be able to deal with her yet. Her damage is, it is decent, and she does stay on you. There you go, Sacred Scorpion Charms. So all Scorpion Charms, and they increase a certain type of damage, but they make you take more damage. Like the Fire Scorpion Charm would also go with, our late game build, and it could even work with this build if we're buffing with Blood Flame, and that'll increase your fire damage, but then it's going to increase your damage, whatever damage you take. Damage received. So from there, if you notice, that was the main road. We're kind of off the main road to the left. There's like a little back cliff edge here, and that's where we're going. So there's going to be a bunch of these guardians. As mentioned, if you're doing a dex build, they do drop a pretty cool spear with a really unique moveset. A lot of people seem to like it. And it's also going to be an Erdtree avatar up ahead. Now this one uses rot, so every time he does a stomp, he's going to throw rot out like fucking 20 foot. But that's the only real damage. Still weak to fire. We're just going to clear all these guys out so no one wants to get involved in our shit, right? No one wants to get involved in our fight. Caled is, it's a pretty cool region, pretty fun region, I actually liked it a lot. First time I played the game and I accidentally came here, I was like, there's no way you'll ever be, able to do this. This is impossible. It's way too hard. But then when you kind of just naturally go through the game and get here, you're just in a really good spot, and it's just not as bad as you thought. But it is really cool, especially when you think about the lore involved. It's really badass. There's a reason it's all red, and there's a reason there's fire enemies here as well, and we'll get into that. Next episode actually starts Caled, like truly starts it. I wasn't even intending to get here this episode, so we'll try to talk about all that then. But as you see, it's the same fight it's always been, but he does do rot now. I mean, you can see his stab just inflicted with rot big time. But, his moveset's the same. So we're going to treat him the same. Every time he does an attack, we do a charge attack. So you're getting far, far away from this. Try to run for the best you can. Now, I am going to see what a fireball does. We're at +6 on our steel. It should do decent. God, that was dope. You guys see that damage? Holy shit. That's awesome. I love that. Bye. That's the lazy way to do it there. What y'all think? Yeah, just use fireball. Keep distance with it. I mean, that's a 10 faith requirement spell. Just we're at +6 on our healing, so that gets green burst crystal tear. It's going to enhance your stamina recovery, and then you have flame shrouding crack tear. So we got holy lightning and magic in the area, and now you have fire. So you pretty much got every damage type with your shrouding crack tears at this point. Now, before we get on into the catacomb, there's one little branch. There it is. So there's one little branch out here with a cracked pot. We're right here. We're going to get it. Like, look how neat this is. Like, look at the world. This is a hell of a view, too. It's awesome. There's the capital up there on that hill. What are we looking at? Because it always lines up. Okay, so we're probably looking at that divine tower, the capital straight ahead. Yeah, it's exactly what we're looking at. It always lines up. It always matches up the way it's supposed to. I love it. I love it. Yeah, really cool game, yo. I love it. I've been through it so many times, it just never gets old. Parts of it does, you know. It's not like the whole experience is flawless every time. There's parts I'm like, oh, I don't really like. You know, I do get to the point where I'm just so tired of the underground. But that's not after one playthrough. That's after many. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know, your first few times there is amazing. It's incredible. But then it just gets to the point where like, what? My weapon's up in the capital. I want to get there. You know what I'm saying? So, or like when I was, you know, going for Blasphemous Blade. That's Mount Gilmer. I want to get there. Or you know the pyromancy spells, mountaintops of the giants. So it's just all like all the cooler stuff towards the end, like the really, really damaging shit. So look at time 9 minutes. We probably have enough time to do this. It's not a long catacombs. Let's see if we can actually knock this out. So we are gonna have some imps to deal with here. Oh, just hold up your shield. He always does a drop attack there. So this is obviously gonna be a rock place. We are in Caelid, so you know all the catacombs here are all. I don't think all the tunnels have rot, but I know all the catacombs do. So there's a ledge here. I don't think there's nothing. Okay, no, there wasn't even a ledge there this time. We're starting to get to the point where it's not worth doing the drop-offs anymore. Any hoosers, we'll still be checking them though. As you go down, we're gonna go straight first. This one's a weird one to navigate for sure. The way it's set up. Alright, check them out, grab your glowwort, and there is your boss door lever, all the way over here. I should have been expecting that. Yeah, so your lever's all the way over here, but there's still a few things to navigate before we even get to the boss. It's short, it's not that short. Pull that, we're gonna clear the message off the screen, heal on up. So we have the cookbook for, you know, was it preserving boluses, or the boluses we need to cure rot? Was it preserving? Yeah, preserving boluses. So that's going to cure rot if you want to use that. We also have flame cleanse me. I don't think the rot's really going to afflict us that much. We might, you know, need to use it one time. So give her a rock over this elevator, then we're going to go straight back. Reason being, we're going to have to drop down to progress. So, you know, they get a little bit more tricky as the game goes on. So we're not going to spend much time here. This is rot, you know. Just run through, get your items. Try to get on the grass as fast as you can. On the way back, we do have glowworts. As long as that bar doesn't fill all the way up, you're good. So we got everything from there, we're good to go. Now we're going to go on straight and drop down with the attack. There. Put him down. And we're almost to the end of it. We do have one little side path and that'll be it. So just kind of run while you're looking. Try not to let these fucks land on your head. So before we go straight, where was he? We even looked. Come on, buddy. I even looked everywhere. That'll do. So before we go straight, we're going to take the side path. Now, unless you want to do the whole run around again, once we get to where we're going, we're kind of just going to turn around. So we're going to have a few more crabs pop up over here. Not any big ones. I don't really know what the point of it is. I've never been attacked by one. Not really threatening, you know. This is going to take us on up to like a balcony overviewing the earlier sections. I'm about to get an imp helm up here. So some of them are based on drops, while others, imp helms. This one, I don't know if it's the only one you naturally find in the world. The other imp helms we got were like just chance drops, right? But this one is a guaranteed one, so that's wolf. Now we're kind of just gonna stick to the upper section here. So the faster way is just to backtrack, but you can just drop through there, drop through the elevator hole again, and proceed on that way as well. There's a 5-minute reminder, so I think we will be good. Okay, so you can drop down there, take that path straight. That's like where we came at the beginning. But what I like to do is I just like to backtrack. So let's start talking about the boss, because that is obviously, the next thing we have in line. So the boss is the cat, right? The stone cat, but this time it's going to be two of them. There's going to be a regular one with the great sword, then we have the mage version with the staff. So it can be a bit tricky, and we do probably want to use the summons here, so our summon can distract the one while we fight the other. That hopefully kills our summons when we actually get done with the first. Hopefully it lines up. Just gotta run through here before this rock builds up, and it's close, it's close, it's close, but it's not enough. No, it's still building. What the fuck? Didn't I just cleanse myself? Did we roll in it? We may have rolled. That's okay. Alright, it's gonna buff on up. I don't know if we have enough to summon or not. Nope, that's good. Some mana, get our summon going. Like I said, one does magic, one's the regular version. Oh, you guys fire off. Alright, that'll do, bro. Like, that's long enough. Oh no, not the mana, you idiot. Yeah, it's just horrible, isn't it? Yeah, it's a horrible fight, bro. It really is. It's just, they're off balance of each other, you know? Alright. Now it's time for that one-on-one. Try to heal through it. There's not much advice I can give you guys here. Try to separate them. Get a fight one-on-one with the guys. Try to time, when your dodges are. Can't believe we haven't fucking staggered him yet. Yeah, you're slowly, working these guys down, and there you go, But it's not one of those things that's like super fucking hard because it's super fucking hard. It's just when they start staggering their attacks, meaning, he lands and he lands back to back to back, it doesn't give you much time. So maybe run to the far side to draw them close, but they're both coming for you. The summons is the only way I know to separate them. And even then, I didn't probably use it right. I should have summoned, then I should have ran away, and hopefully one of them, were attracted to the summons, and then, the other one would have came for us, but it's not guaranteed. It is, it's be a bit rough. Well, regardless, we got past the first try, so it's not that bad. So moving forward, guys, we have when you look here, you guys know, we have every bit of Limgrave done. We have every bit of Liurnia done. Moonlight Altar isn't technically Liurnia. It's on top of a mountain there. You can't get to it till way later on. So Liurnia itself, every bit of Liurnia done, every bit of Limgrave done. It is time to move into Caelid now that we got our two first underground regions done. So what we're going to do next episode is just, slowly work our way down this road. We'll hop off here, do some stuff. And like I said, we're just going to kind of hop around. Most likely, we're just going to kind of try to do this whole circle here. Everything within here. And, maybe jump off to the right here or there. But there's not much. There's like one cave over here. That's it. But mainly, everything's going to be right in here. And then, the next episodes will be working into the swamp and then eventually shooting out to Radon. And we'll let you guys know how it goes. But next episode, we do have some good stuff. We're going to get the Moonveil Katana, one of the best katanas in the game for Dex, one of the best weapons in the game. Dex Ent for sure. More Smith and 5s, more weapons, more summons, you name it. And we'll also be getting a +5 Strength Talisman and actually the next incantation for our build. So you guys stay tuned, and we'll see you next episode to actually get started on Caelid.